The funny thing is that I believe that I can do that quickly, but I think you know me, nothing is quick with me. Then I will start. Let's start it. This is the first station. This is the place that, according to the Catholic, Pontius Pilate judged Jesus. Then from there, he took his cross and went to the Golgotha, which the Catholic, Orthodox, Armenians believe that was the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. But because it's Muslim school, elementary school, the Christians built themselves the first two stations here in the next to the place of the judgment, next to the Antonia, the fortress that was built by King Herod to watch, to guard the Jews in the temple. Now, what you can see here is part of an amazing museum that the Franciscans will open soon. Then it might be a little bit noisy, but it's such an important, such a beautiful place. But we will enter to the first station, the Church of the Flagellation. Let's enter. Sorry about the noise, but you're actually evidence for an history event. You can see that it's the second week of the Advent. But what is beautiful to see is the, all right, 3 sins. Let's start with that. This is Barabbas, that the Jews asked to release. This is Jesus. And the Romans beat him, laughed at him. The agony will begin soon. And here, Pontius Pilate washed his hands. On top, you can see a beautiful mosaic of the thorn of horn, crown of thorn. The inner side is gold, white, flourish. The outer side is blood of tears, the two natures of Jesus, the human nature and the divine. That church was built on top of an ancient church built by Bertolucci, which is one of my best, if not the best, architecture, Catholic one, of Jerusalem. He built so many churches that I love. And let's enter to the second station. That's where he began his journey with the cross on. I'm blessing everyone who will actually watch that video, but especially, and let's start from, where is your name? All right. It doesn't matter. Rodriguez family, Tonya and Luis, Gina, Pat, Jennifer, and Sue Rodriguez. If it's a surprise for you, then it's supposed to be like that. That's where he started his Via Dolorosa with his cross on. Look at his face. Look at the agony. And the agony, according to the Catholic, is not only of Jesus. The agony is the story of Mary as well, Mary the mother. Then you can see a beautiful scenery, which is not part of the Bible, but you know what? I believe that it could happen. Mary Magdalene and John trying to hide that sin from the mother, from Mary. What you can see here is a floor for 2nd century. For so many years we thought that it's from the time of Jesus. And you can see here Roman games, Roman soldier games. Then if it's from the 2nd century and the Roman games is still here, it means that Antonia the school of today, the Muslim school of today, might be their judgment place, even at the 2nd century. We are at the Muslim quarter, and you can hear the muazzin calling them to pray. But we are following the cross. This is Jerusalem cross. If you want to have one of those or many others, enter to the description of my video, look for Buy Me a Coffee link, and then you will see the variety of beautiful Christian and Jewish products. You can choose one of them. I will take a video of it. I will upload it to YouTube, and I will send that to the family. Hello. I wasn't planning to do that tour, but you know, he is stronger than me, and that's what I'm doing. If any, and that's from Matthew 16, if any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. Guys, that's what I'm doing. Jesus is looking for someone who will humble himself as he did and loving bear his cross. Will you be this couple? Yes, we are going to be this couple. You know my friend shop, as I believe Herod is there. Then let me just say hi to him. And let's continue. The arch that you see above you is called Echa, Omo. Some believe that that Pontius Pilate washed his hands there, but we know today that is a part of a triumph arch that was built to or by Adrian himself. Then it's 2nd century. Let's continue to the 3rd station. On the way we will see a few things. First of all, why 14 stations? If you read the Bible, you won't find 14 stations. You find some stations. For example, those two are mentioned, more or less. But he fell 3 times, it's not there. He met his mother, it's not there. Then what's happening here? First of all, let's hide ourselves from that car. Secondly, let's look at that entrance. This is a Greek Orthodox place, and if you can read it, it's a prison of Christ. According to what the Orthodox believe, this is where Jesus was, this is where he was judged by Pontius Pilate. Then according to that, it might be there. Then Tonya, maybe reach that area. Then as I see, it might be one place. Then there are some stations that are not mentioned in the Bible. They are a result of ancient traditions. Some of them even from 2nd, 3rd century. But the idea of the Franciscans was to let you understand the agony of Jesus and his mother. Then the 3rd station that you will see soon is where Jesus fell for the first time. Now it's so important for the Catholic, because most of the Catholic churches will have the 14 stations in the church, but guys, we are walking through those 14 stations. It's quite empty now, mainly because it's still a war between Israel and the rest of the terrorist groups. Happily and sadly, or let's say happily, Syria is actually released from the tyrant of Assad. But I hope that everything will be good for the citizens of it. Then you can see the second most important road from Damascus Gate to the Western Wall. Right here, you can see a floor from the 1st century. Then thanks God that they actually let that part for us. Then let me bless it here as well. But we reached the 3rd and the 4th floor stations. The stations for so many years were marked by 1st century columns, like that. Then you can see two, one for the 3rd and one for the 4th. This is where this is where Jesus fell for the first time, and that's where he met his mother. You will recognize most of the stations with the shape of the kind of round floor here and there, and the round plate, and the story itself. Now let me tell you something. Although I have got excellent shoes now, I'm falling from time to time without a reason. Jesus had so many reasons to fall. Now it's beautiful to see that the Muslim disciple went to pray, and that's how he closed his shop. No one will steal his merchandise. Nothing. No one will enter the shop to steal something. It's beautiful to see. About his mother, I'm almost sure that the mother followed Jesus. I mean, it's a Jewish mother. It's always like that. The Jewish mother will be next to her son until the last moment, especially when she knows from day one that he will die in front of her. Then the 5th station is actually mentioned in the Bible. That is where Saint Simon helped Jesus to carry the cross. Now, it's quite an important place because the column that we know is mentioned by that. This is where we believe Jesus touched when he felt dizzy. And Saint Simon helped him to carry the cross. Who is Saint Simon? Saint Simon was a Jew, came from Libya. And look how empty is the Via Dolorosa. He came to the 3 Jewish festivals. Every Jew must be in the city 3 times a year. That's why Jesus visited the city. He didn't visit the city for Easter. We are actually doing it because of Jesus, and we call it Easter. But he came for Passover, one of the festivals that every Jew had to be in the city. And Saint Simon came because of the same reason. Now, is Saint Simon a saint or not? I don't know what to tell you, because he actually mentioned as a saint, and who am I to say that he's not? But he was forced to help Jesus to carry the cross. We are carrying the cross as well now. And the next stop is the 6th one, not from the Bible. Saint Veronica saw Jesus walking with his cross. We are actually now walking as Saint Simon together with Jesus, and she asked herself, should I clean his face or not? In all of that street, there's only one person who is actually trying to work, and as you can see, there are millions tourists here. Then sadly, no one is actually buying because no one is here, except that there's a couple from France. Then the 6th station is where Saint Veronica was standing. Remember the column? Here it is. And the name Veronica is on it. Now she was standing right here, and the idea was And the question, the dilemma was to help or not to help. And the answer was, I'm going to help. Although they might capture me too, they might crucify me because I'm helping the enemy. And she cleaned his face. And if you will if you will go to the Vatican once a year, you will see the Pope actually going with Veronica. And you will see that the face of Jesus was printed on it. Now you know that I love coffee and cats. Then in that place, I have a person who loves cats and coffee. Then it's between the 6th and the 7th station. And if you love coffee and love cats and love human being, you can see that he's, hi, how are you? Good to see you. Then he is the man, between the 6th and the 7th station. And another shop of a very honest guy. And we are reaching the 7th station. 7th station is already outside the walls. Then the second main street to your right and to your left side soon will be already outside the city. At the 7th station, he fell for the second time. Sadly, the chapel is closed, but in it you could see another column. Shops are closed. It's so sad to see it. That street is mainly for serving mainly the Christians. Then this is the 7th station. And you can see the main street might be a little bit noisy now. Oops. The 8th station is let's turn right, just to see where the women of Jerusalem was blessing or crying when Jesus actually said to them, and he said to them, why are you crying? I mean, don't cry because of me, cry because of what will happen to you soon. And that's the 8th station. And remember, Gina, Pat, Jennifer, Sue, Tonya Luis Rodriguez. This is the 8th station. And that's the column, Nika. Then I met a couple from France.
Yeah, exactly.
Can I show the?
Of course.
Yeah, all right. Yeah.
Hello.
I noticed that they are following the Via Dolorosa, but I'm not sure that they know a lot about it.
Not a lot.
Then I saw you at the first station at the beginning.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we were trying to listen what you were saying. So.
All right. Then now it's actually legally.
Thank you now for the invitation.
Yeah. Then we saw where the women of Jerusalem wept when Jesus was walking with the cross on. And we are now turning right to the most crowded street of Jerusalem, the old city. That way is to Mount Zion, behind you. It's Damascus Gate. At the ancient time, the Romans used to call that road the Cardo, the heart of the city.
Okay.
And we're going to climb up to the roof of the church. But the smell of the coffee kills me. I love coffee. I'm a coffeeholic. Can I ask, what are you doing in Israel? You are the only tourist that I see now.
Yeah, we're visiting family.
Okay.
So,
Then this is the real reason.
how about you? Where are you from?
Sorry?
Where are you from?
No, I'm from Tel Aviv. I'm a tour guide without tourist.
Okay.
But my way to survive is to take videos, to upload it to YouTube.
Oh, that's
Then you can say that I'm a YouTuber.
yeah, you are. You're a content creator.
Oh, yeah, I think I'm doing it because if I won't do that, I will die. You know, I cannot be in my house more than 10 hours.
Oh,
Yeah. I see.
Then the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, which I'm almost sure that you already visited.
Not yet.
Not yet. Then, all right, then we are going to do that. At the 4th century, when St. Helen built it, started from here. That used to be the entrance to the church. Today the church is less than half. Then let's climb up to the roof. And later on, remind me to give you my YouTube
yeah,
account,
definitely.
because you are going to be famous.
Yes.
Don't worry,
My
staying
dreams coming true.
in there.
YouTuber.
Yes, finally famous.
No, to be famous, yes, yeah. You're going to be famous.
You have a lot of followers?
I have around 181,000.
Whoa!
Uh,
Insane, man.
yeah, then guys, what about 2,000, 200,000? I need it.
Yeah.
Yeah, subscribe.
He deserves it.
Yeah, I love it.
Guys,
Done.
100,000.
Yeah, it can be nice, isn't it?
1,000.
Look at the two domes there. This is the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. This is the place that Jesus was crucified, died, buried, and resurrected, according to the Catholic, Orthodox churches, and the Armenians. For the Protestant, some of them, we do have another option. It's called the Garden Tomb. It's outside the Damascus Gate. Now we are entering from the non-touristy area, from the roof of the church. The roof belongs to the Egyptian, the Copts, and the Ethiopians. I didn't mention that Jerusalem cross is a symbol of Jerusalem. And you saw now it. Oh, hello, I didn't say hello. Yeah, fine. Look how beautiful it is. The Copts cross and the two domes. The first one is the Greek Orthodox Church next to the tomb of Jesus, which is the big dome. You can see a little bit of it. Hello, Kitty. And this is the 9th station of the cross. That's where Jesus fell for the 3rd time. And you can see that people are using the Latin cross with them, but the rest are not really Catholic stations. Then in that case, they must leave the cross here and walk without it. Now we are leaving now the Egyptian part and entering to the Ethiopian part. I can smell food. Now welcome to the roof and to the unknown place of the church. You came from France, but at the 12th century, your neighbors, the Germans, used that place, Crusader Germans, as a dining room. You can see the archers. Today, you can see Ethiopians. I'm not going to enter to politic things, but it used to be part of the Egyptians, but now it's not. And look how beautiful it looks, like an Ethiopian village of the monks. Oops. Usually people are falling here, please be careful. And it's almost happened to me. It's happened 3 times to Jesus. We will enter through 2 Ethiopian churches to the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. The Ethiopians believe that they are a creation of a meeting between Queen Shiva and King Solomon. And 9 months later, the first Ethiopian king was born. And when he came to here, he asked it actually asks nicely from his father, King Solomon, to take the 10 Commandments, the Ark of the Covenant. Then in that case, according to the Ethiopians, it's in Ethiopia. Then when we visit the first church or first chapel, you will see a beautiful painting of Queen Shiva visiting King Solomon. And then we will go out from the second church. You will reach the facade of the Church of the Holy Sepulchre that almost everyone knows, because there isn't a tourist that won't take a picture of it. But watch your head when you're entering.
Okay.
That's the first Ethiopian church. Are you from India? Sri Lanka? Sri Lanka.
Okay.
Welcome. I don't know if you saw a picture of the church,
Yes.
but it's usually that's what you see.
Yes.
But remember that we saw where the entrance was until actually the 7th century. This is the entrance only from the end of the 11th, beginning of 12th century, built by the Crusaders, because that church was been destroyed a few times. I'm not going to talk about the problems between Catholic, Orthodox, and Armenians, but I don't know if you're Christian or not.
No, we're Jewish.
Yeah, I'll figure out if you came to visit, but when you're going to a synagogue, it's usually, or let's say, a Jewish, a Sephardic synagogue or Ashkenaz synagogue, it's not together.
Yeah.
Think about the same synagogue with Ashkenaz and Sephardic together. Can you understand the tension that can be there?
Yeah.
That's the same thing.
Okay.
But with Orthodox, Catholic and Armenian.
Okay.
They are renovating the floor, then it looks like that. It might be noisy. In that place, there are three places that we must visit. The first is where Jesus was crucified. The second is where they purified his body. And the third thing is where the tomb and the resurrection place. Now, except of the resurrection place, it's a Jewish story. When someone is died, at least in Israel, a Jew, they will bury him at the same day. And then they will purify the body. They will put a shroud around him, and then they will bury him without a casket, naked. Think in France, it's a coffin. I'm not, yeah.
Not for the Jewish.
No,
Not
yeah,
for the Jewish,
no,
but
all right,
for
yeah, but for the
traditionally,
Christian,
yeah.
yeah. Then in that case, it's the same story. Jesus was crucified on Friday, and they bury him before Saturday begins, or the holiday that was Passover, Pesach, and the holiday begins at night, because I don't know what day is today. It's Tuesday? No, it's Monday.
Monday.
Let's say at nighttime, it's going to be already Tuesday according to the Jewish calendar, that they had to bury him very quickly. Purify his body and bury him without a casket, just naked. And not like the other Jew, he resurrected on Sunday. And this is the difference between the Judaism and Christianity. He's the only one that actually we know that it's happened to him. Let's climb up. Is it okay to enter a church?
Yeah.
Obviously.
Let's do that. We are following the cross. It might be a little bit noisy, but that's life. Let's climb up to the Golgotha. As you can see, it's a totally naked, totally empty.
Yeah.
Usually there's a line of hundreds of people here. Then two chapels here. The first one is a Catholic chapel. The left one is a Greek Orthodox. Remember Ashkenaz Sephardi? In one place.
Okay.
That's where they strip him from his clothes. And that's where he was nailed to the cross. Now, why to kill someone by crucifying him? That was a message from the Romans to the Jews who live here, not to do that. They used to crucify the people who they wanted the people to know that if you will do that, we will crucify you too, outside the gates of the city, and everyone could see is sinless. And if you look at that, above Jesus, there is a list in 4 letters, 3 languages. I don't know if you know Hebrew. A little bit. Then Yud, Nun, Tet, Yud, Jesus from Nazareth, King of the Jews. Now, the Romans already crowned the family of Herod. If someone said, I'm the king of the Jews, he is against the Romans and he deserves to die. Then that was the message. Don't do that. If you will do that, you know what will happen to you. Then here they nail him to the cross. And to the left, you can see Mary with a cross, with a spear in her heart. That is another Jewish story. Are you the firstborn son in your family?
I am.
You are. Then I don't know if you did it or not, but it's called the presentation at the temple. Pidiona Ben. Usually when you are the firstborn, the family must donate something to the synagogue. At this time, the family came to Jerusalem to donate something to the temple. And they donated 2 doves, 2 birds for sacrifice. When Mary was at the temple, a Jewish priest from the temple came to her and said, Mary, your son, Jesus, Yeshua, will die in front of your eyes. Now, I don't know, are you a couple or just friends?
Friends.
Friends. But then you're not married yet.
We're not. No, we're friends.
No. I don't know. It can be friends and married.
No.
But everything will change when you will be a mother, if you will be a mother. Until age 42, I was just like him, friends. And at 42, my only daughter was born. The fear was born at that moment. And when a mother knows that a son is only 40 days old, will die in front of her, it's the worst nightmare ever. Then the priest told her, you will see, it will be like a spear entering to your heart. Then when we'll be closer to the statue of Mary, you will see Mary with a spear in her heart. Actually, what you're doing here, they just opened the church in Paris.
Yeah, Notre Dame.
Notre Dame. I wanted to be there.
Come to France.
I will. I've been there a million times, but I wanted to be there now to see the differences. Then, in that case, let's see the Mary with a spear in the heart. But let me just bless it here as well. And can you see the spear? Yeah. I mean, as a father, I can understand what's happened to a Jewish mother. Then the crucifixion is already at the Greek Orthodox chapel. The crucifixion site. You can see the Golgotha, the bedrock of the small hill that was crucified on it. Golgotha, if you know a little bit of Hebrew, it's the skull, Calvary. To your right, it's John, one of the disciples. To the left is Mary. Now, Jesus, when he was crucified, as a Jewish boy, he thought about his mother. He told his, I think, best disciple, take care of my mother, because without that, she might die. Then if it's okay by me, I want to bless the cross that I'm blessing to so many, Rodriguez family, at the crucifixion side. Is it okay that you will wait for me? All right. Then, that is the Golgotha, the bedrock. And I thought it's going to be a short video. I'm touching the bedrock and then bless it here. Rodriguez family, it's been blessed here. Let me go out. Slowly out. Let me show you something else related to the Jews. Do you know what it is? Abraham. Yes. Abraham is actually sacrificing Isaac. Now, what is the connection between that to Jesus, according to the Christians? The angel Gabriel told Abraham, don't do that, God trusts you, and he sent the lamb. The lamb is Jesus. Because according to the Christians, when Jesus came, he actually took all the sins of everyone, then he purified himself. Then the end of the story of Abraham and Isaac is the crucifixion and the resurrection of Jesus. Then let's leave. Is it still okay? Not too much?
No.
It's perfect.
All right, then let's continue. We're leaving now the Golgotha. Then we saw the crucifixion. You see the skull? Yeah. And then they purified his body. And then the tomb. I want you to see that the tomb used to be a cave. Sorry about the noise. Can you see the cave? Yeah. Now that stone is the anointing stone. I will bless it for a minute and then I will come to you because no one can hear me now. Let's run away from the noise.
So is it the tomb of the Christ?
No, we're heading now to the tomb.
So this, what is it?
That is where they anointed the body.
Ah, okay.
When I will say Chevra Kadisha, you know what I mean? No. The one, the Jewish union that actually take care of the body from the death until they're buried in Israel. They are purifying the body of the man, of the dead, and then they're taking care about it. That's done. They laid the body of Jesus, they purified him, and then they bury him. Now, Sorry about the noise. And let's see. All right, be careful, please. And I promised a short video, which is already 40 minutes. Nothing is short with me. It's December something, I don't know, December 12th, 11, no, 10. 9, all right, sorry, of course. December 9, a little bit before Christmas. This is the tomb. But before we will enter to the tomb, before you will enter to the tomb, if you want to do that, you must know a few things. First of all, there is usually a line queue of 2 or 3 hours.
Wow.
Because of the war, you can enter and be there for all night. But I want you to see a real tomb, a real Jewish tomb here. All right, because the tomb of Jesus that you see now, it's very important, but it's been destroyed a few times. Later on we will enter, but I want you enter to it, but I want you first to see a Jewish tomb. Oh, all right, let's start with that. That room doesn't look like $1 million room. This is think of the Notre Dame. Notre Dame looks like $1 million.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like that. Because they're still fighting who owns that room. But not like the Notre Dame, I think it's only from the 12th century. That wall is from the 4th century, part of the first church that St. Helen built. But what I want you to see, and I want you to enter there, if you're not afraid of tombs, but use the flashlight, because it's difficult to see. What you're going to see is niches. Go in, and then let me be behind you. Ooh, spooky. All right, then. Can you? All right, this is beautiful. Let me take a picture of it. Wow! But can you see the niches? That's where you can put the body in.
Oh.
To the left of it, there's a sealed one. Can you? Yes. Yeah, and behind you, there are another 2. All right. Okay.
One.
Then it might be that the bones are still there. Let's go outside and let's talk about it. But watch your head, please. Now, the rich Jew used to bury their family in a family tomb. Then you saw some niches, but what will happen, let's say there are 9 or 10 like that, what will happen to the 11th body? There's no niches for him, no place for him. And to create a cave like that, it costs a lot of money. Then they will open the ancient tombs, they will take the bones out, they will put it in a small box by the name ossuary, and then they can bury someone else. Now, it's very important for me because I already mentioned that some people believe that that is not the place that Jesus was crucified because it's inside the city and supposed to be outside the city. But the city of today is, let's say, only 2,000 years old gap. I mean, Jesus was 2,000 years before. Then, I don't know, where do you live in France? Paris. But your city 2,000 years ago was totally different. Let's face it. Then, in that case, that was outside the gate. As I believe, but I'm not going to argue others. And the New Testament mentioned that Joseph of Arimathea, a priest from the temple, gave Jesus his own tomb that no one used before. But now you can understand the word no one used before because that one was used so many so many times. Then the tomb outside used to be look like that, but it was kind of a virgin tomb.
Okay.
That is the tomb, but the structure is new. Because if someone didn't like the Christians, the best thing to do is to destroy his tomb. That tomb been destroyed few times, and the structure that you can see here was built at the 19th century and renovated lately. Do you want to go in? Then there's two chapels there. The first one is the chapel of the angels that took care that no one will steal the body of Jesus. The inner tomb is the tomb itself, but it's empty because on Sunday he resurrected. I cannot go. מה שלומך? בסדר. זה יד חמה. לא, הם יהודים. Then in that case, I cannot enter with my camera, but I already enter early morning into it. You can do that, and I will wait for you outside.
Okay.
All right, then you can see the candle. This is the candle. This is the holy fire. And the inner part is the tomb of Jesus. No, it's unbelievable. I don't know that couple. I felt that they need some help. I'm not going to ask for money because what they did is that they make me happy. I want to guide you. I need to guide you. This is my mission on earth. He gave me that mission. More than 14 months, I'm not guiding now. And remember the other dome? This is the small one. It's called the Katilokon. Belongs to the Greek Orthodox. And this is the biggest one. Now, family, Rodriguez family, this is an energetic cross. And others, if you want to have a little bit of it, you can see they're measuring and checking every inch of that church. Unbelievable. Then you can have it as well. Then remind me your names.
Caroline.
Caroline, I love that name. Ruben.
Yes.
All right. My name is Isaac Zahi.
Nice to meet
Yeah.
you.
And that was the end of that video. Guys, if you reach 48 minutes, just write at the comment 48 minutes and we are going to bless you. Thank you very much for being with me. Bye-bye.